Picture this. You grab your keys, your dog's ears perk up. You put on your shoes and they start pacing. You say goodbye in that sweet, high-pitched voice, and by the time you close the front door, your dog is already in full panic mode. Barking, whining, maybe even scratching at the door until their paws are raw. Sound familiar? What if I told you that a simple 30-second routine, done before you ever touch that door handle, could completely change how your dog experiences being alone? Not in weeks. Not after expensive training programs. Right now. Today. Stick with me, because what you're about to hear is rooted in real animal behavior science, and it just might be the most important thing you do for your dog this week. Let's start with something that surprises almost every dog owner I talk to. The way you say goodbye is actually making things worse. I know, that feels wrong. You love your dog. Of course you want to give them a big hug, smooch them on the nose, and tell them you'll be back soon in your warmest baby voice. But here's what's happening inside your dog's brain in that moment. When you ramp up the emotional energy right before you leave, you're essentially telling their nervous system that something significant is about to happen. You're spiking their arousal. And then, the second you walk out, that spike has nowhere to go. It crashes. And that crash is where separation anxiety lives. So the very first step is what I call the silent connection ritual. Instead of an emotional send-off, try this. About a minute before you plan to leave, just walk over to your dog and stand near them. Don't make a production of it. Just be there. Then make gentle, relaxed eye contact for about 10 to 15 seconds. Slow your own breathing. Soften your face. You're not staring them down, you're communicating in the language dogs actually understand, which is body language and energy. Calm eyes and a relaxed posture say one thing very clearly: everything is fine. Nothing unusual is happening. This is safe. That simple signal, done consistently, starts to reframe your departure not as an emergency, but as a completely ordinary moment. And ordinary moments don't trigger panic. From there, move right into step 2, which takes about 30 seconds and involves a part of your dog's body you've probably never thought about as a stress point. Dogs, just like people, hold physical tension when they're anxious. And it tends to pool in specific areas: the chest, the base of the neck, and interestingly, the webbing between their toes. Now, this isn't just folk wisdom. The pressure points in these areas are connected to the autonomic nervous system, the same system that controls the fight or flight response. When you apply slow, gentle, circular pressure to these spots, you're essentially sending a message through the body that says stand down. The danger signal gets quieter. So here's what to do. Using 2 or 3 fingers, find the soft webbing between your dog's front toes and apply gentle, slow circles for about 15 to 20 seconds. Then move to the chest, right where the front legs meet the body, and do the same thing. You're not massaging hard, think of it more like a calm, intentional touch. If your dog leans into it or sighs, that's exactly what you're hoping for. That's their nervous system releasing tension it was holding onto without either of you even realizing it. Now, let's talk about the 2 minutes right before you actually walk out the door, because this window matters more than most people realize. Step 3 is what I call the boring exit strategy, and it's as simple as it sounds. The goal is to make your departure so uneventful that your dog barely registers it as a thing. No long goodbyes. No lingering at the door. No turning back to look at them one more time because they gave you those eyes, you know the ones. All of that signals emotional weight, and emotional weight equals high-stakes event in your dog's mind. Instead, pick a single, calm, low-tone phrase and use it every single time you leave. Something like "see you later" works perfectly, said in a flat, relaxed tone, not a cheerful sing-song. Then walk out. Don't pause. Don't peek back through the window. The consistency of that phrase, combined with the complete lack of drama around it, teaches your dog over time that those words mean one thing: you're leaving, and it is completely, boringly fine. Alright, you've left the house. Now what's your dog experiencing? Let's make sure the environment they're left in continues to support that calm you just built. Step 4 addresses something almost no one thinks about, and it's incredibly easy to implement. It comes down to scent. Dogs experience the world primarily through their nose. Their sense of smell is estimated to be somewhere between 10,000 and 100,000 times more powerful than ours. So when you leave, if your home smells neutral or unfamiliar, it can actually feel cold and lonely to them. But your scent? Your scent is safety. Before you leave, Take a t-shirt you've recently worn, unwashed is key here, and place it in your dog's favorite resting spot. A bed, a couch cushion, wherever they tend to settle. Your scent lingering in that fabric communicates your presence even when your body isn't there. It's a security anchor. It tells them on a biological level that you haven't truly vanished. Studies on scent-based comfort in dogs have shown measurable reductions in stress behaviors when an owner's familiar scent is present in the environment. This one costs you nothing and takes about 10 seconds to do. And finally, let's talk about sound, because the acoustic environment your dog is left in can either maintain that calm you've created, or quietly destroy it. A lot of people leave the TV on thinking it'll keep their dog company, and the intention is lovely, but the execution can backfire. Here's why. Television audio is wildly unpredictable. A calm scene can suddenly cut to a loud commercial, a siren, a screaming crowd. Each of those audio spikes can act as a micro-stressor for your dog, triggering a small alert response over and over again throughout the day. That's exhausting, even if you never see it happening. Step 5 is to replace that unpredictability with something steady and intentional. There are playlists specifically designed with canine auditory research in mind, slower tempos, lower frequencies, minimal percussion, that have been shown to promote relaxed, calm behavior in dogs. Nature soundscapes work beautifully too. Soft rain, a gentle stream, birdsong at a low, consistent volume. The goal is to create an acoustic blanket that masks unpredictable outside noises, traffic, neighbors, delivery trucks, without introducing new startling sounds of its own. Set it at a conversational volume, press play before you leave, and let it do the work. So let's bring this all together. 10 seconds of gentle eye contact to signal safety. 30 seconds of intentional touch to release physical tension. A calm, consistent, completely boring goodbye phrase. Your worn t-shirt left in their favorite spot. And a steady, soothing soundscape playing softly in the background. 5 steps. 30 seconds of your attention. And what you're doing with all of it is shifting something fundamental in how your dog interprets the experience of being alone. You're moving them from a state where alone means danger, where every departure feels like abandonment, to a state where alone simply means rest. A pause. A nap. A quiet wait until you come back through that door. Your dog doesn't need a perfect home. They don't need expensive gadgets or complicated training schedules. What they need is a consistent, calm signal from the one person they trust most in the world, and that person is you. So tomorrow morning, before you grab your keys, try this. All of it. And then just watch what happens.